everyone, welcome back to Dazola Designs. Today we are making a Santa Pants gift bag, and it's super cute design, super fun, and you are going to need Super Saver or similar yarn in a red, white, black, and gold. Okay? And you're also going to need a 5mm hook, and of course our trusty yarn needle. And you're going to need some chain markers. I just use scraps. I have a scrap little cup right here on my desk. Or you can use these chain markers or whatever you use for chain markers. Okay, so let's begin. And we are going to begin with the black yarn. So we are going to start with the boots. Santa's cute little boots here. So you're going to do your slip knot, however you fancy to do it. And then we're going to chain 3. And again, we're using the 5mm hook. So that is 1, 2, and 3. Okay. And then we're going to slip stitch in the first chain to form a ring. So that is right here. And as always, you want to slip stitch, or you're going to be working inside the ring. So what I do is I always try to pull it apart to make it a little bit easier to see, especially since we're working with black. And that's not cooperating, so that's all right. So we're going to start round 1. And we're going to chain 2, which counts as the first half double crochet, okay? So here is our chain 2. Okay, so then we're going to do 7 more half double crochets inside the ring. Okay, so half double crochet is yarn over, and there's our middle right there. So we're going to have to stick our hook inside the middle of the ring, yarn over, pull up, and yarn over, pull through all 3. Okay, you see that? So this is 1, 2, we're gonna do our third one. Inside the middle, stick your hook, yarn over, pull up. That's 3. You see that? Four. 5. And as you're going around, try and tuck this one loose piece of yarn behind. If you can't, no big deal. You can always tuck it in when you're done with the project. So that was 5, 6, I think I lost count. 7, and this should be 8. So you're always going to work, when you do a round like this, in the middle of the ring that you made. You see that? It's right there. Okay. So let me go back around and make sure that I have 8, because I was talking and I lost count. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we need to do 1 more. Always go back and count. 7 and 8. And I know this is really hard to see because it's black, but what you want to do is slip stitch to the top. So it's right here. and you just go in like that, and you have a nice little circle. And let me just double count again. You should have a total of 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Or do we have 9? Oh boy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I do have 9. Oh my goodness. Pay attention. We'll get there. Okay, everyone. Sorry, I completely lost track there. So you want a total of 8 half double crochets, and when you reach your 8, you just slip stitch to the top of the first chain, okay? So that is round 1. And then round 2, we're going to chain 2. So that's 1 and 2. And then we're going to half double crochet in the same stitch, okay? So it's right underneath here. So we just did our chain 2. We're going to do 1 half double crochet in that stitch right here, okay? Voila. So then we're going to continue to do 2 half double crochets in each stitch around for a total of 16. Okay, so remember our first chain 2 counts as a half double crochet, and then we just did a half double crochet in the same stitch. Okay, so that's 2. So now in our next stitch we're going to do 1 half double crochet, and then our second half double crochet, okay, and then we're going in the next stitch put 2 as well. So that's our first one, and then we're gonna do our second one. Okay, so just continue around until you have 16. So that's 2 half double crochets in each stitch, and I will meet you back at the beginning. Okay, everyone, we are just finishing up round 2, and you just slip stitch to the top of your first chain 2, like so. So round 2, you should have a total of 16 half double crochets. And let's go on to round 3. In round 3, you're going to chain 2 again. 1, 2. And then you're going to half double crochet into the same stitch. So that is right down below right here. Right here. We're going to half double crochet into that. So then we want to do 2 half double crochets in the next stitch, okay? So that is 1 and 2. And then in the next stitch, we're going to just do 1 half double crochet. Okay. Voila. And then in the next stitch, you're going to do 2 in 1, 2 half double crochets in the same stitch. And then in the next stitch, you're going to do just 1. Oops. Okay. So 2 half double crochets in one stitch and 1 single half double crochet in the next. So it goes 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, and just repeat that pattern, and I will meet you back around. Okay, everyone, I am just finishing up round 3. And when you're done with round 3, you just want to slip stitch to the top of the first chain 2. And you should have a total of 24. Please go back and count. You just always want to have the number that they say, okay? It makes things a lot easier. And especially since we're doing 2 separate legs, you got to have them even, okay? So now we're going to move on to round 4. And round 4 is chain 2, 1, 2. And then we're going to half double crochet in the same stitch. So again, that's right down here, right in here. So let's put 1 half double crochet right underneath there. Okay. And then we're going to half double crochet into the next 2 stitches. So 2 half double crochets into the next 2 stitches, 1 in each. Okay, so that's 1 half double crochet and then 2 half double crochets. Okay, and now we are going to do 2 half double crochets into the next stitch. So that's 2 in the same, that's 1 and 2. Okay, and then we're going to do half double crochet in the next 2 stitches. Okay, so 1 in each. So that's 1 half double crochet, and here's another half double crochet. Okay, and that's all you do. You just repeat that around. So 2 half double crochets in 1 stitch. So that's 1 and 2. And then 1 half double crochet in 1 stitch and 1 half double crochet in the next stitch. Okay, so it's 2 half double crochets in 1 stitch and then 1 half double crochet and then another half double crochet in the next 2 stitches. Okay, so go ahead and repeat that pattern and I will meet you back around, and you should have a total of 32 half double crochets. Okay. Okay, everyone, I'm just finishing up round number 4, and again you want to slip stitch to the top of the first chain 2, and then you want to make sure you have 32 half double crochets around. Okay, so your work is going to want to be turning in, which is fine, but just remember this, where your wrong side and your right side is. Okay, it's always good to know that. So now we are going to start the little leg of the boot. So this is the bottom, and then we're going to start working our way up. Okay, so now we're going to chain 2, 1, 2. This is the start of round 5. And then we're going to half double crochet in each stitch around. Okay, for a total of 32. So go ahead and do that, and I will meet you back around. Okay, everyone, I'm just finishing up round 5, and then you just want to slip stitch to the top of the first chain 2 right here. So now what we're going to do is, in that stitch we just completed, we're going to put a chain marker. Okay, and this will help you save your sanity, like I like to always say. So we're making 2 legs and you want the 2 to be even. Okay, so we just finished round 5, and then you're just going to place a chain marker right in here, lock it on. Okay, so in the next rounds you are just going to do half double crochets in a round all the way until you reach about 2.5 inches. Okay, so I have my tape measure here, or I'm sorry, not 2.5, 2.25, 2.5. It says 2.25 here. Okay, so this is the bottom, let's just say here. Okay, so we've already done about 3/4 of an inch. So you want to go to 2.25 inch. Okay, so because we're doing 2 pant legs, you want to keep track of however many rows you do past this one row right here. Okay, so again, I have my handy scrap piece of paper, and every time I finish a row, I'm going to mark it, just so I know we just finished round 5. So however many rows I go past 5, I know exactly. So when I do the other pant leg, I'll say, hey, I just go, 5 times around or 8 times around. Okay, so it's just keeping track, and so you don't get lost. That's the main thing. If you can do this without this, more power to you, but I need something to keep track of my rows. Okay, so go ahead in the remaining rows, just put 1 half double crochet in each stitch until you get to 2.25 inches right there. Okay, so when we're all done with that, I will meet you back around. Okay, everyone, I am just finishing up this little boot, and as you can see here, I only did 3 rows. I thought it was going to be a lot bigger, or many more rows, but no, I only went to round 8. And let's get our tape measure, and you can see it's about 2 inches, 2.25. That's fine. If you want them a little longer, add a couple more rows. But I'm going to finish this. So this is your stitch marker. My stitch marker is still in here. So I have 2 stitches left. So there's 1 and there's 2. Okay. So second to the last one, you want to do a single crochet right in here. Okay. So not a half double crochet, single crochet. So you want to do a single crochet right there. And then in the last stitch, you just want to do a slip stitch. Okay. So you slip stitch it right there. And then pull up the loop. Oh, here's my other scissors. I love these scissors. And we are done with the first boot. Cute. And you can leave your stitch marker in there just so you know where the back is if you have trouble finding it. But now we're going to take our yarn needle and we're going to tuck this in. So what I'm going to do is turn this inside out, because we also have to work this in, our beginning chain, our beginning yarn, whatever you want to call it. Okay, so then you just want to put the yarn on your yarn needle, you just double it over and pull through like that. And then I always like to go through the tops a little bit. So we were going this way, so I come back down through here. And then I go back through here. And then you just work your way through these chains. So you just work your way through like this and however you want to. Just make sure that it's secure, because you're going to be putting, if you use this for wine bottles or even candles, it's going to be pretty heavy, okay? So make sure that you go back at least 3 times to just lock the yarn in. And when you're done tucking these strands in, I will meet you back to start the leg. Okay everyone, I tucked in all the loose ends of the cute little boot. And now I'm gonna leave this stitch marker in here just so I know for 100% sure where the back is, and just for my sanity, right? So we're gonna set this aside so this is totally fastened off. If it should be its own thing, it should be totally loose.